Hey everyone, I'm going to talk today about what's working in marketing since things have sort of changed with COVID. From our perspective, we've seen pretty big influx as people have moved into remote uh, communication. Obviously Zoom's gotten a big jump. All these companies that do video have gotten big jumps, but face-to-face meetings have taken a hit. Commercial businesses have taken a hit. Going to the office has taken a hit. So how do you actually engage? Well, our expertise is texting, obviously. So what we've seen is a big jump in using texting to set these virtual meetings and to organize these virtual meetings. And it's been very, very effective, especially on the personalization side. So there's two different types of texting in the industry. There's sort of mass communication where you're blasting out the same message to a whole bunch of people. And then there's what we do, which is where you can insert different personalization aspects. So we own the patent on inserting data into communications via text. So each person that receives the message gets a message that's unique and doesn't look like canned, communication. So a couple things that work, a couple tips. One, keep the message very, very short. People have sort of gone into a microwave philosophy for a long time before COVID, and certainly now, where they don't like to read long messages. So very short, clear call to action. Video is king. The number one thing people are responding to these days are video messages. So you can attach a link, a YouTube link, or any other video player that you're using, tie that into your actual text chain, and get a lot of content delivered to whoever you're sending it to without actually having to write a lot of information. And the people that are receiving that appreciate that, especially if they know you, trust you, which is what they should after if you're texting them in general. Another thing is I like to reach people after lunch. That way their bellies are full and they tend to be a little happier. They're in their day. The end of the day is close. They've had their coffee, they've had their food, and they tend to be sort of hitting their stride for the business hours in general. So this way you can actually leverage mass communication in a very personal way to set these meetings up where you're on Zoom, looking at people on the video, and you can start to go through your sales process that way, as opposed to what you used to do, which is to call, set up these meetings, or email and set up these meetings. Texting's just become a much more efficient way to deal with the post-COVID world, so that you can engage your customers in a very personal way and still be able to actually be way more efficient. It's a lot of travel time that you can cut out, a lot of expenses that you can cut out, and a whole lot more efficiency and a lot more people that you can touch. So yeah, there are very few benefits to COVID or any sort of pandemic. But one of them is that you can now kind of change the way that you've done business and do it in a much more efficient manner, both financially and from a time perspective, to reach out to the people that are usually pretty open to hearing from people now. It's a different world. Now people do crave some interpersonal relationships, even with people that they may not have in the past, because they aren't allowed to see family. They aren't allowed to see friends, and obviously it's opening up now, which is great. But use those tools and tips for us. Just keep in mind, we do have a free trial. There are no contracts. So come on, try it, make sure it works for you. If you see it's going to make you money, hopefully you'll stay. And if not, then you shouldn't pay anything. Have a great day, everyone, and be safe.